remind me exactly what happened in phase one? We'll start out from there and then kind of work our way to where we are now.
Sure. So Legacy Trails is part of a bigger master plan as far as a trail system in the city of Tyler. So phase one in Legacy Trail was done several years ago and really took you from the Three Lakes Parkway area down to Gresham.
Okay, got it. And so now, from my understanding, we're in phase two, but in the construction phase, right?
Correct.
Okay. And so remind us where phase two of the trail begins and ends.
Sure. So we're currently working on phase two of Legacy Trail, which really starts near Pete Elementary off of Bellwood, which is just south of the Rose Complex. And then it goes down to what's going to be the future Stewart Park along State Highway 155, Frankston Highway, which is just north of Walton Road.
Okay. Is that future Stewart Park, what is that going to be built?
Yeah, so that's part of Parks Master Plan. At this point, as part of the Legacy Trail, we'll be building a trailhead with parking area. So that'll kind of be the start, and then ultimately that's something that Parks will pick up later on.
Okay. And so, because in November, I was covering something at Winters Park, and I saw construction workers out there. That is Legacy Trail, right?
That is correct. So as far as kind of gave you the limits there that start near Pete Elementary, then it goes through Winters Park. And a majority of that trail section has already been constructed. There's definitely some curb ramps and different cleanup work, but they're making good progress. And currently they're now working in a section that's an old alleyway that was never built, and we're utilizing that for the trail. That's really between Mockingbird and 5th Street. And so as soon as we come out of that, you'll start seeing work along Old Noonday Roadway.
Okay, perfect. And the extension, I'm getting two different numbers. What's the exact mileage?
So this current phase that we're constructing right now is about 2 miles. And then ultimately the goal is to connect this portion down to the portion that's already constructed at Three Lakes Parkway.
That's right. But in the meantime, there's going to be a gap, right?
That is correct.
Okay, yes. Just with construction, what do you know so far right now?
Sure. So we kicked off construction in October of 2023, and as part of the project, we had a 15-month construction schedule. So ultimately, we plan to be done by December of 2024. If weather holds and things go, maybe we'll get done a lot quicker than that. But that's the current construction schedule. Again, they're making good progress, have gone around Pete Elementary, through Winters Park, and are now coming out of the park and doing some work there.
The cost of the project, $3 million?
So just under $3 million is what the construction cost came in, and also as part of that, so the city is responsible for 20% of that construction cost, and 80% comes through TxDOT as part of the Transportation Alternatives Set-Aside Grant Program.
Okay, perfect. And so now, from what I learned on Wednesday, I was covering the annual work plan, and I saw that phase 3, the design study, is in the top tier 1.
Sure.
So can you just talk about that? What is going to be happening this year for that phase 3? What does that consist of?
Yeah, so again, we've kind of talked about what's already been constructed with Legacy Trail, what we're constructing right now, and there's a gap in between. And so the plan is to start doing the design plans to get those routes figured out and all the cost and those pieces, and prepare us to go for future grants, because the more ready we are with our plans and our development makes us more competitive. So this phase 3 that we're looking to do is just to get ourselves prepared as far as construction documents and cost, so that we can go after grants in the future to help us with constructing these trails.
Okay, and so now specifically talk about that gap. It's the old Jacksonville Highway project, okay?
So a portion of that will be along the old Jacksonville Highway, really picking up from Three Lakes, going north up to the loop near the Home Depot, and then you would go from Home Depot area on Old Jacksonville through the old railroad right-of-way back up to Old Noonday and Frankston Highway and tie into Stewart Park.
Okay, and that is also in, y'all are also working with TxDOT with that project?
Correct. So it's two separate projects really as far as the trail and Old Jacksonville, but they're coordinated as far as what's occurring within the right-of-way, so we're trying to coordinate both those projects closely.
What is this overall goal for this project? What do you want community members to really take away?
So, you know, this is opportunities to provide quality of life for citizens of Tyler, giving them places to get outside, to hike, to bike, different parts of the city, and ultimately longer distances within the city. So again, it's something adding quality of life, and I'm very excited about. You're tying into the different park systems, getting up to the Rose Center, and ultimately, hopefully, different connections throughout the city.
Yeah, because this is literally from like north to south.
Correct.
Tyler, that's amazing. Anything else you'd like community members to know in the meantime during this time?
Again, you'll see the construction. The trail isn't open yet, but we look forward to that being again in 2024 and then getting people out there active and using the trail system.